Hi there, I'm Kim Wilkinson, and I have a very touching story that I want to share. And I also want to share a message that I delivered at my son Tristin's celebration of life, which occurred Friday, November 29th, 2019. So many of you know that my son did pass this year, November 14th, 2019. He had 4 to 5 years of just challenge and struggle, like many people with anxiety, depression, mental health concerns, and addictions. And it was a long journey. It's all going to come out in a book, but sadly, he did pass away November 14th. And but not for nothing, there's some amazing things that are going to come out of his purpose. And first, what I'd like to do is share the message I delivered at his celebration of life. So I'm going to read my speech. It was a beautiful ceremony in Spruce Grove, Alberta, and it was just amazing to have so many wonderful people there. And everybody who spoke said such amazing, wonderful, kind things, which is no surprise. He was an amazing, amazing soul. I know many of you wanted to be there that were unable to, and so I'm partially sharing this with you, but this is just the start of many videos and opportunities for me to share and to speak and to hopefully bring some hope or to educate and to help anybody else who may be struggling with any mental health concerns, addictions, or watching their family members struggle. So as I walked up to the podium during the celebration of life, I started by saying thank you to each and every one for being here today. And thank you to Reverend Snell for holding space for us while we remember and celebrate Tristin. For the past week, I've been struggling to figure out what to say as I stand here before you today. I turned to my daily meditation practice to help me find the right message to share. And I feel like this message was divinely guided by Tristin's heart and soul. From the time Tristin could talk, I knew he was an old soul and that he came into this life with a very specific purpose. As a little boy, he used to talk like a wise old man. It was funny to hear some of the things that would come out of his mouth. He had a heart bigger than anyone I have ever known. I remember him being 3 years old and in the mall with a box of Smarties. And he shared with everyone, anyone passing by, complete strangers. He may have had a total of 3 Smarties out of that full-size box, and he didn't care. He was so happy to share. He loved animals, all animals. He even loved other people's pets like they were his own, always hugging them and kissing them and telling them that he loved them. And he did this right up until his adult years. He also loved kids. He easily made friends with everyone, no matter what age, gender, or nationality. He had a fascination for life, and especially new life. I remember one morning getting ready for work. He would have been about 3 to 4 years old at the most. And I walked into the bedroom, and he was lying on the bed watching Labor and Delivery on TLC. And it was quite graphic, to say the least. I thought, oh crap, what questions are going to come of this? He was lying on his belly, his face cradled in his hands. And as the birth was happening on TV, he simply smiled and said, "Oh, that's so cute." And he hopped off the bed and went and had his breakfast. No questions asked. When he was a little older, about grade 1, we lived on an acreage and had sheep. Lambing season rolled around, and here we go again. Tristin fascinated with new life. He was out there in the pen for a very up-close and personal view of a lamb being born. And again, he just thought it was the cutest, most beautiful thing in the world. He loved to hug, and he loved long hugs. I loved that about him. It is said that hugs are very healing, and I believe that. The funny thing about hugs is most people kind of hug quickly and then it feels awkward and they pull away. But if you keep hugging past that point of awkwardness or discomfort, something magical happens. You surrender into the true emotion of love, and it's amazing. I always say and teach people to hug past the point of awkwardness. Tristin always hugged way past that point. Even I would eventually have to say, okay, you need to let go now. The other thing I loved about him is it didn't matter how old he was or where we were, he loved to hold my hand. As a teenager in the mall, he would hold my hand. And even the last few years in his 20s, as I was driving him here or there, he would always reach over and hold my right hand as I drove with my left. The most important thing for him was to show and to give love, and all he wanted was to be loved in return. I think as parents, we often wonder, what career path will our children take? Who will they marry? Will they have kids? How many? And we wonder what purpose they might serve in life. The one thing I was sure of is that Tristin was destined to serve a significant purpose in his life, and he did. We all have different beliefs, and some of you might resonate with my beliefs, and some of you may believe otherwise, and that's okay. Personally, I believe we all come into our lifetime with a purpose and maybe a few purposes. Whether it be to teach lessons, to learn lessons, to be a part of significant change in the world, or some other great purpose. I have had many amazing teachers in my life that have taught me so many lessons and life skills, all around personal growth and development, life lessons. Tristin was my greatest teacher. He taught me patience. He taught me strength. He taught me that you have no control over anyone or anything outside of you. He taught me non-judgment, acceptance, and forgiveness. He taught me that no matter what, you love people unconditionally. No matter how much someone disappoints you, lets you down, or hurts you, you love them anyway, because inside they're hurting too. He taught me that when you live life in this way, practicing all that he taught me, that you truly can find calm in chaos, and that you can find inner peace. What an amazing gift. I don't know if there are many people in this world that can say they have inner peace, and I feel very blessed and grateful that Tristin showed me the way. The last few years, I feel like I've finally found my purpose, which is all about teaching people to heal from trauma and to live their best life. In a way, I feel like part of Tristin's purpose was to show me my purpose, and I'm forever grateful. I also believe part of Tristin's purpose is one of global awareness. It is no secret that our world is too often driven by fear, which has led to increased violence, racism, hatred, and suffering. There are too many young people like Tristin choosing a journey of suffering and sacrifice. And I believe the purpose in them choosing this is in hopes of us waking up. Waking up to realize we are often fueling the fear. And if we want to see a change in the world, we need to move more into a place of love and away from fear. We do this by practicing all they are trying to teach us: non-judgment, acceptance, forgiveness, kindness, and compassion. Until we truly start to do this, more beautiful young souls will live a life too short trying to wake us up. I have lost track of how many messages I've received in the past week that started with, "I know you don't know me, but," followed by so many kind words and amazing stories of how Tristin helped them and or had a positive impact on their life. Although my heart hurts that Tristin is no longer with us, I am grateful that he is no longer suffering. I am grateful for all that he taught me and for all the wonderful memories I have of him. I pray that when he chooses his next journey and his next purpose, that it leads to a life of adventure, love, and happiness. I will continue to share his message and his lessons through my own teachings, as I know that's what he wanted. As I finished my speech, I did ask people as they left that evening to carry on with Tristin's lessons, to love yourself and to know that you are worthy, to be a little more understanding, be a little bit more compassionate, and be a little bit more accepting. The only way out of the darkness is through the light, so please shine your light. Thank you, Tristin, for being my greatest teacher. I love you. I'm so proud of you, and I'm forever grateful for you. Thank you for choosing me to be your mom, even if it was only for a short time. At the service, I left a whole bunch of blank Christmas cards on the back table at the back of the church, and I asked people as they left to please take a card and to write something kind and loving and maybe inspirational or motivating inside, and I asked them to keep it in their vehicle. And when they were out and about and saw somebody who was perhaps homeless or struggling, to stop and to give them that card. And I would like to encourage anybody watching this video to do the same. The other beautiful story that I want to share from the evening of Tristin's celebration of life was with one of my nephews, and it was so wonderful to see so many family and friends come out and celebrate with us, and I'm grateful to every single one of them. One of my nephews had come up to me, and a few years ago I gave him a crystal, this rock. I told him to just pick one out and that he could keep it, and that could be his special rock. And I didn't know until today that he kept this on his nightstand every day, and it was his gratitude and prayer rock. And after the celebration of life had finished and we moved out into the foyer and shared hugs and whatnot, he came up to me and he said, "Auntie Kim, I want you to have this back." It almost just makes me cry. That little gesture is what we need more of in the world. And it's just so special for this young man to just, keep this rock for 2 years and the meaning in it, and then to gift it back to me was just so beautiful, and a story that I just wanted to share. And this rock is going to go in a very special little bag, and it's going to go with his uncle Tristin and be there forever. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all of you who attended the celebration of life, and thank you to those who were unable to attend but sent your text and your emails and cards and everything. It's overwhelming, and it's been so helpful in healing. And there are going to be so many more videos to come. I just feel a need to continue to share, not only for my own healing and growth, but to help anybody else out there who needs help, because I know there are lots of you out there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot more videos to come, so much, and I'm really excited to find some purpose in this and hopefully bring some good out of it. Have a fabulous day, be kind, and don't forget to get that blank Christmas card, fill it out, and give it to somebody who might just change their life or even save their life. Thanks.